Okay, and we are live. ¿Qué tal, amigos? Stuart here from Spain Speaks with this evening's live stream. It is 7:35 p.m. It is Tuesday, the 4th of June, and as usual, we will have a look at some of the main stories that have caught my attention in the press today here in Spain. We'll take a look at some comments that have been left on the channel in recent times too, and then in the second half of this evening's live stream we'll go into the chat that I have here on the screen and check out what is happening in that chat section with the viewers who are watching the live stream. That's the way it works, and if you're in that live chat, say hello. Say hello. Now straight into the news, and bad news for Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez because his wife has been called to testify in influence peddling investigation and summoned by the judge on the 5th of July. The head of the Court of Instruction, number 41 of Madrid, Juan Carlos Peinado, has summoned Pedro Sanchez's wife, Begoña Gómez, to testify as a defendant for the alleged commission of crimes of influence peddling and corruption in the private sector on July the 5th. The magistrate, who opened proceedings a few weeks ago, has taken this step after lifting the secrecy of the proceedings and ordering a round of witness statements to investigate the professional activities of Ms. Gómez. So there we go. Prime Minister's wife having to face the judge in this influence peddling investigation to see what's going on with all of these allegations that have been put forward by one group in particular called Manos Limpias, clean hands if you like. I don't really know what that group is. It's some type of lobby group, I believe. It belongs to a certain side of politics, which is on the opposite side of the government, and they want to see the Prime Minister's wife on trial for this. So it's going to be interesting, and of course the government today claiming that the justice system is not fair, it's not impartial, and they're targeting the government just before these elections, which I think are coming up this Sunday, the European elections, and of course this story dominating the press here in Spain, and we'll see if it has an influence on the election results or not. But as I said, not good news for Mr. Sanchez and his wife. So we'll see what happens. Second piece of news, and good news here for the Sanchez government, and it is that employment rises by 220,289 people in the best May since 2018, and unemployment falls by 58,650 people. Unemployment continues to fall. In May, it reached a total of 2,607,850 people, the lowest figure for a month of May since 2008, and moreover the lowest figure since August 2008. Compared with April, 58,650 fewer people were employed this month, a fall of 2.2%. Looking at year-on-year terms, that is, compared with May 2023, unemployment has fallen by 131,260 people, a fall of 4.79%, and likewise, employment added 220,280 more affiliates to the Social Security system in May, a higher increase than in the same month last year, and the biggest boost in a May since 2018. So the Sanchez government, of course, patting itself on the back with those employment figures. Spain catching up after the terrible pandemic economy that we had, where unemployment went quite high, and of course the economy crashed, and now we are recovering, and jobs are being created thanks in part to European money and also the hard-working average Spaniard who's out and about every day trying to earn a decent living, put food on the table, earn a crust, and any other expression that comes to mind. So that's what's going on as far as employment and unemployment is concerned here in Spain. Jobs being created. Good news. Next piece of news here. Tourism in Spain does not slacken off and sets a new record. 24 million travellers in 4 months to Spain, 14.5% more than in 2023. The new tourism that has been reborn after the pandemic seems keen to stay, despite the multitude of adverse effects experienced over the last 2 years. The arrival of foreign tourists in Spain in the first 4 months of the year endorses this new profile and suggests that revenge tourism, the phenomenon that prioritized travel over other household spending, has gone from being temporary to structural. In the first 4 months of the year, 24 million travelers arrived at the main national tourist destinations, representing a growth of 14.5% with respect to the figures for 2023, a year in which a new tourist record was set with 85.3 million visitors. Of the 6 major autonomous regions of destination, Catalonia, the Canary Islands, the Balearic Islands, Andalusia, the Valencian Community, and Madrid are the places that received an increase in travellers here in Spain. So the tourism sector, as they say in Spanish, viento en popa, going full sail, if you like, increasing there and on track to break 2023 figures, which, as we know, was a record year. 85.3 million people, was it? So this year, who knows how many people are going to come. With the Olympics in France, maybe people will come down to Spain, kill 2 birds with 1 stone, travel to France, holiday in Spain, maybe Italy as well, take in Europe. So records could be broken again this year. Coming at a time when there is stress on the local population with tourist numbers increasing. People are not happy in those major destinations that we saw there, the Balearics, Canaries, Barcelona, Catalonia, I should say. Madrid, there's even been some protests as well. So people not happy about the amount of tourists, but it's structural now, this revenge tourism. People put having a holiday as a priority in their household spending. Interesting. Next piece of news here, in the Mercadona wine that has become a top seller that sells for less than €2 a bottle. Spain is a country of good wine, and not only do Spaniards say so, but it is also recognized internationally, being the wine market of our country very important. No wonder Ribera del Duero, Toro, Rioja, Rueda, Cava, Priotat, Ribeiro. There are a total of 70 protected designations of origin, PDO, in Spain. Caperucita Roja, Tinta, I should say, Caperucita Tinta is the young red wine sold in the Valencian chain and stands out for its freshness and fruity notes. On the nose, it presents intense fruity aromas. In the mouth, it is smooth and balanced, with light tannins that make it easy to drink. The finish is persistent and very pleasant, inviting you to have another glass. It costs €1.95 and is flying off the shelves. And here is the wine in question, Caperucita Tinta, not to be confused with Little Red Riding Hood, Caperucita Roja, but a play on words there. And we can see the wolf dressed up as the character, let's say, of that. I'm lost for words. The famous story, if you like, of the Little Red Riding Hood. So there we go. Check that one out if you haven't done so already. Only $1.95, and according to this write-up here, smooth and balanced in the mouth with light tannins that make it easy to drink, and it invites you to have another glass. So maybe before you know it, the whole bottle has been knocked off, and at $1.95 a bottle, yeah, you could probably pick yourself up a dozen or 2 for that price, if you like it, of course. Drink responsibly. First comment here from Patricia. When we first moved to Tenerife, there was one price or measure of drink for tourists and another for residents. Same in restaurants with extra and portion sizes. The differential was outlawed under EU law. However, I must say our regular bars are very generous to locals regardless. After 23 years and Spanish speaking, we are honorary locals. Maybe differential pricing is a solution. It went some way with property letting too. Locals always got cheaper long-term contracts. No more. Yeah, interesting there, Patricia, that in the Canary Islands there were different prices for tourists than for locals, and also different sizes as well. So if they saw that you were a local, they would perhaps give you a little extra nip in your G&T, or maybe a little bit extra in your glass of wine. And the tourists were on different sizes and different prices, but that was scrapped because of the European Union, which probably makes sense. I've never seen it here in Madrid. I have been the victim of people trying to rip me off in the past by trying to charge me extra because I look like a tourist. But stand up for your rights if you think you're getting ripped off. My most recent ripping off was in Avila, where I paid $2.80 for a small beer and didn't even get a tapper. I was ripped off. But no doubt other people that ordered a drink at that time would have had the same experience, because according to them, the kitchen wasn't open. So, got to be careful. But thanks, Patricia, for that. Another one here from Timothy, 15 euros Vitoria to Alicante, Ryanair a few weeks ago. 38 euros for bus back to Victoria. Thanks, Michael O'Leary. Michael O'Leary, of course, the CEO, I think, of Ryanair, the Irishman, who has led this airline, I think, as far as I can remember, he's been the leader of that airline. And we can see there that they're as cheap as chips, 15 euros to Victoria, and you got to pay 38 for the bus back, says Timothy. So happy that Ryanair is in service on that route. And I don't know whether it would be a popular route or not, maybe for locals in that city there in the Basque Country, to head down, get some sun. You don't get a lot of sun in Siberia, Gasteiz, as they call it, a very cold part of the country. Ryanair, a wonderful company, I imagine, according to Timothy, because of those cheap prices. Another one here from the Soul Home. Gosh, at least 100 euros for a hotel room and 20 for a drink. That's like Australia. If it comes to that, the Spanish will do what we locals do and travel somewhere cheaper outside the country, or go camping. Yeah, the problem is that when you live here in Spain, where do you find somewhere cheaper to go on holiday? Now, I know that in Australia you just pop over to Bali. That's what people do if they want a cheap holiday. They don't want to pay, 15 Australian dollars for a pint of beer and 40 euros for a main course at a restaurant, $40 for a main course at a restaurant, expensive cigarettes, expensive alcohol. They just pop over to Bali and away they go. Here in Spain, where do you go that's cheaper? Do you go to Morocco? Do you go maybe to Tunisia? I don't know. Do you go to Egypt maybe, somewhere that's cheaper? I've got no idea. Because the south of Europe, there's not really anywhere else in Europe you can go that is cheaper, I don't think. Maybe you can go to the east of Europe, maybe. That could be a possibility. Maybe you can go to, I don't know whether Greece would be cheaper. Portugal's a little bit cheaper, so maybe you can go there. But it could be an issue if the prices do get too expensive for locals and we're forced to find somewhere cheaper. It could become an issue. Thanks for the comment. Another one here from Neil. Hope all the gloaters realise that any airlines fined will be passing on the fines to the ticket purchasers. By the way, in my experience, Ryanair is almost always on time and good value for money despite one's luggage selections. Thanks, Neil, for that. Yeah, a lot of people getting stuck into Ryanair. It had a few supporters, don't get me wrong, but a lot of people getting stuck in, a lot of people saying it's the worst airline out there. I've only ever had one experience on Ryanair, and I'm still here to tell the story, so it couldn't have been that bad, right? I got to where I needed to go. It might have been a little bit late getting to my destination. I think it was London Gatwick, don't quote me on that, and a return flight as well, I think, with Ryanair, or we might have got a different company back, but my only experience on Ryanair was not bad, so I can't sink the boot in, but other people have. And Neil's saying here that in his experience, always on time and good value for money, as that other comment that we saw also. Yenisi, what a crazy world. An illegal squatter has rights over the owner because the squatter doesn't have a place to live. Perhaps bank robbers should be allowed to steal money because they don't have a job. That could be next, Yenisi. I don't know, the way the world's going, it is a little bit crazy, isn't it, where you have an apartment and somebody stops paying the rent or moves in illegally. You go around there to get rid of them. That person calls the cops. The cops come and you think, oh, here we go, the police are here, they're going to kick this guy out. But they take the side of the squatter because the squatter has proven to the police that he doesn't have anywhere else to go. Maybe he's got a couple of kids in there as well, doesn't have a job, and is on Struggle Street. So he's not going to get kicked out here in Spain. So you have to go through the full judicial process, and even then, there's no guarantee that the judge will rule in your favour. I don't know. It could be an issue, as I said, if that person is in a vulnerable situation. But as we can see here, Yanissi, crazy world indeed. Another one here from Real. The problem is not Spain's alone. I have Dutch acquaintances here in the United States who recently were poised to return to the Netherlands to sell an apartment they own in the capital. The renter informed them he would not move, and so now they are prohibited from selling unless they go through the legal process of eviction. It must be an EU nightmare. So there we go. Not unique to Spain, this problem with people that basically think that the property is their own once they're moving in there. And if the owner wants to sell it, bad luck. Go through the judicial process, the legal process of eviction to get that person out, which obviously will cost money and time. So not unique to Spain, also an issue in the Netherlands, according to the at Real Calgal. Yes, and the last one here from George. We should not forget that Ryanair is planning to invest 5 billion euros in Spain. I don't know if that fine can have some negative effects on that investment. Good question there, or statement, George. Don't know. I did hear that Ryanair was planning to invest big in Spain, but now with this recent fine, they might change their mind or reduce the investment. Who knows? Or they might negotiate with that Ministry of Consumer Affairs, I think, and reduce the quantity of the fine. Got no idea, but George might be onto something there. It could harm the investment of Ryanair in Spain. Don't know. Time will tell, as I always say. Now that's the end of the content. Backdrop change time. This one here was sent in by Gary, and it's a place called Mil Palmeras, 1,000 palm trees. Now, I can't see 1,000 palm trees, a few scraggly palm trees there on the right, but nowhere near 1,000. But thanks, Gary. I think it's in Orihuela, this place, Orihuela, down there in Alicante, I believe, very close to Murcia. So a lovely picture, Gary. Nice white sandy beach there. Some waves breaking on the shore. Some people getting their ankles wet. Some people on the sand as well, tanning themselves. So a lovely photo sent in. And if you have a similar photo that you would like to see on the backdrop, the email address is this one here, spainspeaks@gmail.com. Or if you have any other information that you would like to send my way, feel free to send it to that email address, spainspeaks@gmail.com. Now, I'm also going to put the like icon on the screen if you haven't hit it yet. We're currently at 46 likes, not even up to the 50 mark yet. So if you haven't hit the like icon just below the video, you'll find it. Please do so. Also, to people that have supported the channel in recent times, whether it's on the super thanks option, the super chat option in the live stream, buying me a coffee. Somebody bought me a coffee yesterday. Anonymous, didn't see a name to it. Somebody bought me 3 coffees the other day. Very generous of that person. Thank you very much. Longer term supporters on Patreon, of course, and my channel members here on YouTube, people that have joined the channel, thank you for the support. Now into the chat I will go. Let's see what's happening here. Let me scroll up. I'll just scratch my nose here quickly. Barbara, first person that I can see from Playa Flamenca, 24 degrees Celsius there today. Cooler than Madrid. Madrid was around 31, maybe 32 degrees today. Warm. Andrew coming in from Amariña. The sunshine has at last arrived. Lovely day up there in the north of Spain, I believe, Amariña. Don't quote me on that, but I think so. Stephen in the chat also. Hope you're feeling better with hay fever. Still raining on and off. Can't wait to get back to Spain in August. Yeah, I'm better today, Stephen. Thank you very much. My hay fever is under control today. Not like the other day where my nose was just building up with gook, and it was difficult to get rid of. High flyer John coming in here as well. Evening, everybody. Hay fever kicked in big time today. Cruz Campo seems to help. There we go. John's got his own medicine there. Cruz Campo. Nice cold beer. Mary also with some advice on the hay fever. I find, what's that? Old bass oil, is it? Really helps my hay fever. Just a little under the nose. Helps with the breathing. Thanks, Mary, for that. Tio Al. Uncle Al, hola mis queridos amigos, desde Philadelphia, 30 degrees there, returning to San Diego tonight, esta noche, says Al. Good luck with that trip, Al. Richard coming in here from the UK, good evening, hope everyone is well. Really enjoyed the food videos, Drew. It came out just in time for our next trip to Malaga on Saturday. Can't wait to try the sobrasada and the wine. Yeah, don't know whether you'll be able to find that wine, Richard, even though you say here that it should be easy to find with the ladybird on the bottle. Ladybird or ladybug, whatever you want to call it. I found that in a specialty wine shop. Well, it's actually inside a supermarket, but it's as good as a specialty wine shop. I haven't seen it in other supermarkets, Richard. So if you can find it, good luck. But you should be able to find the other one for $1.95 at Mercadona, if that's something you would like to try. But this one could be a little bit harder to find, I think. Janet, good evening from Oxford. The UK election has just got more interesting. Why is that, Janet? What happened? What happened in the UK to make it more interesting? What has been said today? Let us know. Osawakit coming in from Oregon, 14 degrees Celsius there. Overcast, windy, rainy. However, sunshine on the way. Good to hear. Osu. Sani coming in from Basingstoke, saying good day to everyone. Marianne coming in from San Diego, 17 degrees. It must be the coldest place in the States, San Diego. 17 degrees Celsius. Hasn't got above that the last 3 months. When's the summer arriving there? Johnny coming in from San Diego also. Johnny also in that 17-degree temperatures there. YouTubers coming in from Turkey. And Antalya, is that? Turkey. 39 there. That's pretty warm. Linda coming in. Buenos tardes. Greetings from Santa Goodness. Not sure. From Santa Goodness Re-Unemployment. Good news, I suppose, that is supposed to say. Santa Pola, there we go. Let's have a look. Yeah, you can't get it in Spain, that oil. Olbas oil, I think, was mentioned before. Linda clarifying that. Good news, not goodness. Thanks for that, Linda. I got the idea, I think. Sometimes not easy, but that was fairly easy to work out. Rosa coming in from a miserable chess hunt. Is that chess hunt there? Next week in the sunshine in Mijas. Hope all goes well. There we go. Makish, did you guys catch the Jude Bellingham interview in Spanish? Great work for a British player to learn Spanish to a good level and so quickly. Gareth Bale can only dream of it. Yeah, Bale didn't really seem to dominate the Spanish language after so many years here in Madrid. He spent a lot of his time playing golf, so obviously a lot of foreigners on the golf course didn't need to speak Espanol, did Gareth Bale. Beckham didn't really dominate the language either. Bellingham, after only one season, I think, speaking Spanish. Interesting. Might have a Spanish girlfriend, or is he married? Don't know. TOL in Venice, it's normal to give a discount to the locals. There we go. Normal there. normal there. The majority seem to be pretty content with their experience of Ryanair. Yeah, I think it was 50-50, Janet, not sure. Roshito saying, hello, Stu. About veggies in Spain. What about menestra palentina, delicious, and also caldo gallego? Yeah, you can find vegetables in dishes, of course, don't get me wrong, but when you go and have your meat dish or your fish dish at a local restaurant, you normally only get served chips. But you can, obviously, if you want to order that or some other type of soup, absolutely. But probably menu del dia, those things that we have there rather than a la carte. Coming in from Austin, Texas, Roshito. If the squatter has nowhere to go, it's a local government problem, not the property owners. They need to change. Ryanair was the only airline during COVID restrictions and would sometimes fly on time with only 10 passengers on board. It was a godsave to us checking on our property. There we go. So another thumbs up for Ryanair. Erica, coming in from a sunny Terrassa, 24 degrees Celsius, managed to make it. Hope everyone's having a nice start to the week. Thanks, Erica, for that. Flutter Girl coming in from Toronto, agreeing with the Oblas oil. Helps when congested, when a bit of nasal congestion. Amanda coming in from Shropshire. Good to see Farage joining Reform. It's the only game in town. Tories and Labor are both awful. So Farage is back. Is that what Janet was referring to before? Johnny takes an over-the-counter non-prescription antihistamine called Loratine, is that? Loratine, 10 milligrams, works for 24 hours. Nigel Farage, standing for MP. There we go. Will he be popular? That's the question, Mr. Farage. Will he be popular? Miguel coming in from Derbyshire, 16 degrees Celsius and raining. Colder than San Diego by 1 degree. A new party they are, Reform, and Farage just joined, increasing their power. Where do they sit on the political spectrum? Are they on the right? Are they on the left? Let us know, Amanda or anyone. Jed saying that Farage had a milkshake thrown over him. I don't like the bloke, but people shouldn't be assaulting candidates. He's already had a milkshake thrown over him. Obviously not popular with some members of the population. Farage, architect of Brexit, joined the fray. It was pretty dull stuff before that. Same old, same old. Should ginger things up a bit, although the result is pretty much a foregone conclusion. There we go. Rosa also with a remedy for hay fever, washing the face and eyes during the day. Good idea. That could be something to take on board. Luis, coming in from Brighton. They're in the south of the United Kingdom, south of England. But whenever I say England, people always say it's UK. So whatever. What else we got going on here? El Conquistador coming in from St. Augustine or Augustine. Florida feels like Spain with the weather there. Farage has a German passport, according to YouTubers. Hypocrite. And that's about it. And Nigel is also known in the United States. Yeah, he's probably known around the world, Nigel, as Janet said before, the architect of Brexit. The architect of Brexit. Now that's the end of the live stream. I'm going to wrap this one up. The comments have run dry. Thank you very much or the chats run dry, sorry. Thank you very much for watching. I'll be back again tomorrow with another live stream at 7:35 p.m. Stay tuned for that one. I can't do a regular news video tomorrow because of time constraints, so live stream is the only thing that I can do. So hope to see you there tomorrow, 7:35 p.m. It's great to have you watching today. Thanks for participating in the chat. Hasta luego. Hasta entonces. Adiós. Bye-bye.